what it do? It's your boy Valentino, and today, our first ever Titans Talk podcast. Today, I'm the co-host. I am your boy Evan Padilla, and I'm joined with my lovely co-host Audrey Swy.
Hey y'all, it's Audrey, your senior peer leader.
Joined today also with Anissa Underdew.
Hi, lovely people. I'm Anissa Underdew, also a fellow senior peer leader.
And Joshua Ruiz Torres.
What's good? I'm Joshua. I'm your junior peer leader.
And here joined with us today is our special guest, Coach Chris of PeerForward.
What up, guys? Hey, it's Coach Chris, PeerForward coach, looking to have a great conversation with you all today.
With him today is also the coolest coach on the East Coast, Cornelius William.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, all listeners out there? Welcome to the podcast with the Titans on the West Coast, the coolest coach on the East Coast. I am Coach C. Will. What's up?
Last but not least, so Ms. Herndon as LHA's Cultural and Climate Specialist.
Hey, what's up, Titans? It's Ms. Herndon.
And today on this podcast, we're all basically just going to be talking about back and forth, introducing questions about how our experience with the quarantine is and how people can better themselves during this quarantine, because it may be a tough time and people might be anxious or overwhelmed with this. So we're just trying to lighten up the mood and give you advice for this quarantine. My co-host, Audrey Swy, will with the check-in question.
Hey y'all, so the check-in question is there anything outside of your normal routine that you have done during this quarantine? And me personally, I have, besides like not having to be after school all the time and for all of the extracurricular activities, I've actually like got to eat dinner on time. So I mean, like my meal plan has been getting better. Josh, is there anything that you have to say? Anything new?
Yes. So I've been like some new routines that I've done during this quarantine. Well, I've always like washed my face, but like not as much as I have like this time. Like I always remember, because like I always come home and like I'm tired and I just go straight to bed. And also I would just eat and then or just knock out. But now like every time I wake up, like I just have time to like just wash my face, or before I sleep I just got time to like wash my face good too, like not just like 30 minutes like scrub it good. So yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
I can see it working, I'll tell you that much.
Anissa, is there anything new for you?
I've actually been going outside and running at least 2 to 3 times a week, which is something I've never thought I'd do, because I'm not someone that typically exercises, especially running. But lately I've been averaging out about like 5 miles every time I go out and go on a run. So it's really nice. And it's also probably the fastest can I've ever gone.
I wish I could see the same. You know, I'm getting there. But I have further questions. I have further questions for you guys. And to start our Q&A, what do you expect the outcome of this? And what has people learned about the pandemic itself? Any experiences? So do you have any answer for that, Evan?
How I expect the outcome of this is people to be, I guess, more grateful for being outside and being grateful to enjoy other people's presence, and also be more clean, washing your hands, you know, having a good hygiene. So that's how I feel like the outcome should be. And what I've like gotten experiences from right now is just like to make sure to focus on myself and to like work on what I wanna do. But yeah, that's what I've learned so far.
That's good. That's good. So talking about the school changes and just anything about the pandemic, how do you think that this will affect the new school year and activities? Ms. Herndon, do you have anything to say for us?
Yes, Audrey. Actually, I appreciate the question. It's a question that we've been thinking about a lot at LHA, especially as a leadership group, trying to figure out what it looks like for next year, as well as what it's going to look like ending for this current school year. So we're already actually in full swing prepping for next year. There's still a lot of unanswered questions around like exactly when we'll be able to return to campus, what will it look like when we return to campus, schedules and things like that. So I would say currently we have more questions than we do answers. And we're just doing our best to rally together as a team and figure out like how we're best going to serve our Titans when you guys return. So it's really about the Titans being at the forefront of the decisions that we are able to make currently, as well as thinking about what's safe. Like, so there's a lot of issues around safety, what that's going to look like, scheduling. And currently we don't have a lot of answers, and that's just being honest. A lot of it's based on what Governor Newsom's going to decide, and then what it looks like with the school board, as well as adhering to the CDC guidelines. So what we're hoping for is we'll be able to return on July 29th. We'll try to return to as much normalcy as we can. And the main thing that we're concerned with right now is the safety of each and every one of you, and making sure that you feel supported at home and as well as you return to campus.
Thank you for that, Ms. Herndon. I know a lot of the students actually, we've been wondering, especially the seniors, but also just for the juniors in general, because they'll be actually being there for the next school year. So that's good information. So the next question, is there 2 things that you can do to improve yourself during this quarantine? Anissa, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, I would totally love to. I think one of the most important things, especially that I've been adapting to myself, is constantly keeping my surroundings clean, because, you know, we're home majority of the time, so we're in that same space. So the one thing I like to do is keep my space clean. It helps me clear my mind out sometimes, but also make sure it's like I'm on task and keeping a routine, and also getting outside and being with nature. So not as much screen time as I normally would be doing, just because, you know, that's kind of all we have right now is being outside, nature, or being at home and on your screen time. So finding that balance is really good, just to be able to sit there, you know, understand what the real world around us is still like, instead of straining our eyes out. Because I know for me personally, with my glasses, if I stare at a screen for too long, they get a little dry.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Anissa. Is there anybody else that would like to answer this question? Coach Chris?
I think for me, it's been trying to just maintain a consistent workspace, right? Being at home it's like normally you're used to like getting up, getting dressed, and going to either school or to work. But now working from home base, it's been a struggle to be consistently getting up and managing that time. And so for me, I think for most people, what I'd give advice to is really like trying to make sure that you understand what goals is through that day, and working towards that.
Yes. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to share? Coach Cornelius?
2 things that you can do to improve yourself. Personally, I've been taking some online courses with various colleges. Colleges across the nation are offering different classes for free, like Harvard. And so I've actually completed a certificate at FAU University for hospitality and tourism management, something that I didn't know I was interested in, but I travel a lot. And so just queuing up some skills that I already have in my toolkit, but sharpening my toolkit, my tool bag, and so whatnot. And another thing that I've done to improve myself is rewatch a lot of movies. I'm a movie buff. And so I've been watching a lot of TV, but I've been doing it strategically. And so watching some things that I don't usually watch, just to kind of be in the know with pop culture and what's going on in the world nowadays with TV.
I agree. I also love watching movies, movie-thons, like all the time. Is there any of our junior peer leaders that would like to answer this question as well?
What I would like to add on to like how we can improve ourselves is just like main focus is probably work on your mental health. You know, during this time, mental health can be really, people can get overstressed about things, and just to make sure to take time to like do what you want to do and take time for your mental health and for your personal benefit. So whether that be just go in your backyard and just chill, or read a book, or just do stuff that you like. Like I've been coloring. I've been doing coloring books. Like that's been dope. I haven't colored since I was a kid, and I was just like, oh, this is pretty dope, you know? So I just been coloring and just like taking time to relax because I'm not at school. So, but also stay on top of your stuff.
Let's go.
Like I like that.
I color it too, Evan.
Oh, see, coloring is dope. So just like taking time to yourself and just finding out what you want to do and what you like. So that's all I gotta say.
That's good to hear. I'm actually glad to hear from everybody that we're all, doing a lot of things to help improve ourselves. And I hope that you guys are all doing good things to improve yourselves as well. And so I'll be throwing the last two questions for Evan to ask.
All right. So I would like to ask Joshua, what are the good and bad parts of the pandemic? What, in your opinion?
Thank you, Evan. In my opinion, the good and bad parts of this pandemic. Well, the good parts are that we're at home. Like we can't. Well, obviously we can't go out, but everything like our work, like say Miss Herndon, like usually she'd have to get up and go to school. Be like, oh, I don't want to go to school today. Or it's like, oh, I want to go home already. I'm not even out of my bed yet. But like she could literally just like anybody could literally just work at home, and like that's cool. But like the bad part of that is we could tend to get really lazy, and also our routine may get messed up more. You know what I'm saying? Like say we like I'm just throwing the TV real quick because we're at home. Like we have easy access to all like a lot of entertainment stuff that can distract us from our like daily routine that has been in place already.
Right.
But yeah, that's my opinion.
All right, I feels it. Anissa, let me get your thoughts on what's good and bad parts of the pandemic.
Well, I guess this one could be good and bad. Is I have to spend time with my sisters. No, it's actually been good. It's actually been pretty good. Just because we get to do a lot as a family. So every week, just us in our house, we try something new. So last week we made homemade pizzas, and then the week before we made homemade sushi. So it's actually really fun. We just get to sit around the table because when we were all out all the time, it was kind of hard to coordinate all our schedules. I'd be after school. My mom would be coming home from work later. But now since we're all here, we actually get to do that together. And for the bad part, I would say being a senior, obviously it's kind of like my senior year. The last half of the senior year kind of got taken away from me. It's the things, the accomplishments you look forward to, it really comes at the end. So just having that kind of removed is kind of, I would say, the bad part.
Sucks to not have like your senior year, your graduation and all that other stuff. It's tough. I'm sorry to hear about that. Last question, talk about how PeerForward can help during this pandemic and how people actually, all right, so this is more like an announcement. So if people at home need need help with just not stressing and just if you need someone to talk to, this is why we're like creating this podcast is like an outlet for us PeerForward to get in more in touch and to be able to talk to you guys and to be there just if you need anything or someone to talk to. That's what basically what this PeerForward group is founded on, just to be able to help and guide you through this tough time. Audrey, do you have any thoughts about that?
I also agree. I think that, when we were in school for our LHA students, a lot of us, we focused on academics and just getting to college and also just sharing the information. But we also want you guys to know that we're here for you. And our contact email is on, it's there on our PeerForward. It's on our PeerForward Instagram. And so you can follow us there at LHA PeerForward, and just always know that we're always here for you with any support that you have, either being for school or outside of school.
Okay, yes. All right, so now we'll be talking about the announcements that the school has made, and I'll be passing that on to Ms. Herndon to explain what school has said about any announcements during this pandemic.
Hello, once again, Titans. So a couple of things that we have going on so far. Upcoming is next week, we're actually going to go live with our own LHA YouTube channel. So I'm very excited about that. Looking at some ways to bring the Titans back to our virtual campus. Although we can't be together in our physical space, we're looking for ways for you guys to be able to hang out, connect again with your family, your LHA family, and also your friends, just in the way that so many of you guys are involved in so many different programs, activities, organizations, and being separated physically is hard to continue to engage in those. So what we're hoping is with our Titan YouTube channel, you'll be able to tune in. Some things will be pre-recorded. Some things will be live. We got a couple of things lined up for next week, which will be the soft launch. We're going to do a Daniel's Diner, so you'll be able to tune in with Mr. Daniel Ray, Speaker of the House for Student Congress. He's going to cook up some things. He's got a couple of co-hosts, Miss Sanchez, assistant principal, Miss Silva, junior English teacher. They're going to hang out with him. They're going to do some live critiques and commentary. If any of you have had class with Miss Silva, you know that would be hilarious. If you hung out with Miss Sanchez, you know it's also going to be hilarious. They're going to share some recipes, working on maybe an LHA family recipe book where you guys can share your family recipes, put it together. We're going to try to get that printed up. Couple other things. We're going to do a morning brew with Miss Maya from Student Congress as well. She's going to whip up some delicious coffee recipes. She works at Dutch Bros. So she's going to talk and be Maya. So if you know Maya, you never know what she's going to say. Miss Herndon's probably going to have to censor her, press mute. So that could be dangerous. Also, right now in the pipeline, we got morning yoga with Miss Ashley and Miss Amy. They've told me to give the disclaimer that they are beginners on yoga, so it could be funny. Tune in. They're probably going to be losing their balance and falling all over the place, but they're going to have you guys hang out. You can actually do that live with them in the PM session. AM, we'll have some pre-recorded sessions for that. Doing some morning like mindfulness meditation coming out from your student Congress representatives. Junior Titan Senator Ariana Martinez is going to lead that, giving you some mindfulness tips. We got some things rolling down. Might be a little Geigel it with Mr. Geigel, where you can tune in and just throw some questions at him. But just really trying to find a way for you guys to be able to come back and connect with your Titan family. As a leadership team, admin team, we miss you guys. The teachers miss you guys. Personally, for me, the seniors, I miss you guys. It's going to be my last weeks with you. I've been waiting a long time for you to graduate. You're my first class, my 10th grade class. Also, we're hoping to get seniors on, so there'll be some senior sessions just for the seniors. The other piece that we've been looking at is trying to figure out graduation for seniors. We have more information coming soon. We haven't forgotten you guys. You're at the center of our hearts right now. We know that it's been a bit of a bummer of a senior year. Like you didn't get to do ditch day, you didn't have prank day, we didn't have prom. I was really looking forward to see what your prank day was going to be because, you know, last year was a little interesting. I'm just saying interesting. So I was really juiced about what you guys are going to do this year. But, you know, just different ways that we can engage anybody out there that's interested in maybe hosting a virtual enrichment or coming on and engaging in some type of way. You're more than welcome. Student Congress is going to be leading some of those initiatives. Also down the pipeline, we'll have more information around technology access to that. If you haven't been able to get a Chromebook, we got a third wave coming. Looking for ways to offer Wi-Fi to students that are still currently without it. We got teachers out that have been volunteering in the community, serving meals to people. We're still trying to figure out additional resources that we can also offer to the Titan community, updating our Facebook, Instagram, website, where you and your family can go and find resources in the community. That's pretty much what we got going on right now, just coming through more and more each day, trying to find ways but to connect. That's really what we're about right now. Just want everybody to hang in there. Know that LHA is with you. We love you guys. Whatever you need, just reach out to us, and we're going to try our best to make sure that you guys have what you need academically and also for social emotional support. So we'll have more updates coming soon. All right.
Thank you, Ms. Herndon. And with that, that will be the closing of our Titans Talk podcast. Unless anybody wants to have announcements for anything or add on into anything.
Yeah. So just one thing for you guys. I just want to say thank you for you students like really stepping up to produce and to make this happen. This is a hard time, and this is something that's just like unparalleled to what has gone on before. And for you guys like to really like put your best foot forward and to offer your time up to do this for other peers, it's just been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of that. So thank you.
We appreciate that. And of course, that's what us PeerForward leaders are here for. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to the Titans Talk podcast. And thank you, Chris and Cornelius and Hernan, for being on today's podcast. I'm your host, Valentino Padilla, and I'll be signing out. Hope you all have a good day, and bye.
Thanks, guys.
Peace from the East Coast.
Peace.
Bye.